What the fuck?
Light tower? Fuck.
How are you pre-firing, dude?
Who are you, bro? He's on top, bro.
No. He's like.
There's some on my dead body.
Get out of my game. Get out of my game. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Collect it?
Oh, got to the right. Self. Self on me, self on me. Let's go,
Got him.
bro.
Oh, ah, let's go. 20. In a 20 bomb. With the 20. Get out of my game. Get out of my fucking game!
Oh, damn.
Oh my god.
The fucking bullet!
Thank you.
One v one. Only we had a self. Shit on him, get him out.
Nice.
Get him out. That's why you're the goat, Yaga. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Collide it?
Oh, guy to the right. Self. Self on me, self on me. Let's go,
Got him.
bro.
Oh! Ah! Let's go! 20. And a 20 bomb. With the Get out of my game. Get out of my fucking game!
Oh, damn. Oh my god.
The fucking bullet! Thank you. Nice. 1v1. Only we had a self. Shit on him, get him out.
Nice.
Get him out. That's why you're the GOAT, Yaga. What the fuck?
Light tower. Fuck.
How are you pre-firing, dude?
Who are you, bro? He's on top, bro.
Hell. He's like.
There's some on my dead body.
Get out of my game. Get out of my game! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Collide it?
Oh, guy to the right. Self. Self on me, self on me. Let's go,
Got him.
bro.
Oh! Ah! Let's go! 20. And a 20 bomb. With the
damn. Oh my god.
The fucking bullet! Thank you. Nice. 1v1. Only we had a self. Shit on him, get him out. That's why you're the goat, Yaga.
The Greens are coming for you, Rhaenyra. And for your children. Every man standing round the painted table urges her to plunge the realm into war.
You cannot bend the knee to the High Towers. They stole your birthright.
Lay siege to the Red Keeper.
Send us.
I swear to ward the Queen.
Your cause owns a power that has not been seen since the days of old Valyria.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is my House of the Dragon episode 10 finale trailer video. There's a whole bunch going on here, a whole bunch of Easter eggs, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I'll start doing more season 2 videos as soon as we get through the finale next week, because we just started with the Dance of the Dragons, like it actually began, and we're going to start getting some battles in episode 10. Like, that is the beginning. The beginning of the trailer starts with Rhaenys immediately after leaving the dragon pit on Meleys, her dragon arriving on Dragonstone to warn Rhaenyra about what just happened. Like, she's still wearing her armor when she's talking to her in the map table room with Daemon. Like, look, they are coming for you. The Greens are coming, and they're going to kill all of you and your children. She's also the one to tell her that her father Viserys has died. The Greens just usurped the throne by naming Aegon II king and expelled all of her supporters out of court, or killed them in some cases. Speaking of the Greens coming for them, you see Otto Hightower with the Greens on Dragonstone on the bridge, which is meant to be a big callback to episode 2, where Daemon basically did the same thing with him, pulling his sword on them like they were going to throw down in the middle of the bridge. You notice she's still very pregnant with their third child, with Daemon's third child, who's a girl named Visenya. His Valyrian steel sword that you see him grab during the trailer is Dark Sister, which was previously wielded by Visenya, Aegon's sister wife. Because Daemon and Rhaenyra are so old school Targaryen, that's why they're naming their daughter Visenya. It seems like a lot of scenes in the episode will take place in the map table room at various times during the day during their battle planning meetings. And it is meant to be the same map table from the Game of Thrones series. They just refreshed it a little bit the same way that they did with the Valyrian dagger. Like, it's the cat's paws dagger, but they changed it to make it a little bit more accurate to real life. So that's why the Valyrian dagger on House of the Dragon looks different from the one on the Game of Thrones series, even though it's meant to be the exact same dagger. Same idea with the map table. It was built by Aegon the Conqueror after he'd visited Westeros growing up. It was before he decided to conquer the Seven Kingdoms. Like, when he was much younger growing up, he spent a lot of time flying his dragon Balerion the Black Dread around Westeros, just visiting different places around the different realms. Then he had the map table constructed. Then he had the dragon dream about the long night, the prophecy of a song of ice and fire that he called. And then he decided to conquer the Seven Kingdoms. It wasn't like he decided to conquer the Seven Kingdoms and then he had the map table built. When Daemon walks by and grabs his Valyrian steel sword, Dark Sister, I'm not sure who this Targaryen or Valerion is in the background here. It's a little too blurry to tell who it is. The thing is, though, is that during the Dance of the Dragons, there are a bunch of dragon seeds, because the more dragons you control, the more dragon riders you have, the more powerful your side is. There's supposed to be about 17 total dragons during the House of the Dragon series in general, during all 4 seasons that they'll do, and we're only going to see 9 during season 1. So when we're talking about dragon seeds, other dragon riders popping up, that gives you an idea of how many other people we're going to meet during future seasons. Daemon urges Rhaenyra not to accept Alicent's terms. Remember, she was going to send a raven. With the Greens' terms, she had to bend the knee and would be allowed to keep Dragonstone, and they wouldn't kill her, but she'd have to give up any claim on the Iron Throne. One of the big ideas during the Dance of the Dragons is that you have a lot of the men around these 2 women, like Rhaenyra and Alicent, obviously the Blacks and the Greens. You have a lot of the men around them on both sides telling them what to do. Without getting into a lot of spoilers, like, there's a ton of stuff that's going to happen during the Dance of the Dragons in the next couple of seasons. So on Team Black and Team Green, you have a lot of people making a lot of really bad decisions. Then we see Aemond taking off his eye patch, revealing the blue sapphire that sits where his eye used to be. We see it in the new intro scene here, like that's why there's a blue sapphire on here. Speaking of which, there are a couple other big changes to the intro scene. We see the 4th missing child of Alicent here, Daeron Targaryen. We'll see him during season 2. George R. R. Martin said they just didn't have enough time to get to him during season 1. For Aemon, there's a sapphire eye for his missing eye. For Aegon's symbol, there's a naked woman wearing a crown because he just got crowned king. For Helena's symbol, it's a spider which she was embroidering during the episode, which is a reference to her dragon dream about the Dance of the Dragons earlier. And we have the 3 children of Aegon and Helena, and they're all represented by the 6-finger hands. The reason why they're 6-finger hands is because Jaehaerys, their grandfather, the king before Viserys, had 6 digits on his hands and his feet. Then we see Rhaenyra's Black Council meeting. Now remember, the title of episode 9 was the Green Council. The title of episode 10 is the Black Council. So it's like Rhaenyra's version of what just happened in the Red Keep with the Greens. Each faction forms their own version of the small council. Rhaenyra's is just called the Black Council. I'm not sure who some of these Kingsguard are. We do know that Eric with an E, the other twin brother who got away at the end of last week's episode, who was advocating against supporting Aegon, winds up stealing Viserys' crown and bringing it to her so she can crown herself queen. But the whole idea here, and I explained this during my episode 9 video, is that the Kingsguard's loyalty is divided because of what's happened. So like some of the Kingsguard side with her and come to Dragonstone, but not all of them. I do know that this person here is Lord Bartimos Celtigar. House Celtigar is just another vassal house of House Targaryen that we haven't seen much of this season, but they're close by too. They're not quite as powerful as House Valyrian or House Targaryen, obviously. The symbol of their house is a crab, which will remind you of the crab feeder earlier this season. Although I'm not sure if the crab feeder was a bastard of House Celtigar. That would have been pretty cool, because the Celtigars do have some Valyrian blood in their veins. Lord Celtigar is the one telling her advocating for sacking King's Landing, and it's meant to be a big parallel for Daenerys sacking King's Landing later in the timeline, although not quite the level of burn them all that Daenerys went. Like, Rhaenyra doesn't go mad the way that Daenerys went. In the actual sacking of King's Landing doesn't really happen till way later in the Dance of the Dragons, so they'll probably save that for like a WTF moment at the end of Season 2, like Season 2, Episode 9 or Episode 8 or something like that. There's a lot of battles that have to happen before that. They plant their figure here at Winterfell for all those wanting the Starks to come back into the story. They become a much bigger deal later on in the Dance of the Dragons. They wind up siding with Rhaenyra, but it's Cregan Stark, the son of Rickon Stark, who was the former lord who bent the knee to Rhaenyra earlier in Episode 1. You have to remember that Rickon Stark was already very old, and that was almost 20 years ago, so I think the idea is that when the Dance of the Dragons actually gets started, like Episode 10, Season 2, Episode 1, his son, Cregan Stark, has already taken lordship of the house. But the big idea here is they're trying to figure out who all their supporters are around the realm and who they want to treat with, like who should we go to and ask for help. House Stark winds up being one of those houses. When Jaehaerys says, send us, he's talking about Rhaenyra sending the children here, Jaehaerys, Lucerys, Baela, and Rhaena on all their dragons, to all these different lords of the realm to try and treat with them and get them to support Rhaenyra. So unless they made some huge changes, Jaehaerys winds up being the one to fly his dragon Vermax up to Winterfell to treat with House Stark. Supposedly, there's a rumor that he also fell in love with one of the Stark girls. Maybe we'll see some of that story during Season 2, we'll see. Remember though, Jaehaerys rides Vermax, Lucerys rides Arax, who we see for the first time in the trailer, Baela rides Moondancer, and Rhaena rides a dragon called Morning. And all 4 of their dragons are much younger, way smaller than the other dragons. But they're way quicker too, way more agile. Eric brings Viserys' stolen crown to Rhaenyra. She crowns herself queen of the 7 kingdoms, and now you have 2 monarchs at the same time, Aegon II and Rhaenyra. Kind of like a smaller version of the War of the 5 Kings. There's a bunch of scenes of Lucerys having a rematch with Aemond and Vhagar at Storm's End, so it sounds like Lucerys gets sent to Storm's End to try and treat with the Baratheons, and Aemond winds up flying Vhagar there to try and stop them. I don't think we've ever seen the exterior of Storm's End in this way. We saw the main chamber earlier this season in On House of the Dragon, just because, totally different show, different part of the timeline. They tried to feature different houses in different places that they didn't feature that much during the Game of Thrones series. Currently, during the events of Episode 10, the Stormlands are still being ruled by Borman Baratheon, same person as before. He started as a Rhaenyra supporter, but his oldest son, the next lord, actually supports the Greens, so it's a big problem with their house, where their allegiance lies. Obviously, the big deal here, though, is Lucerys versus Aemond, because Lucerys, if he actually got into a drag-out fight with Aemond, wouldn't have a chance. Aemond himself is just physically way bigger. Vhagar is massive compared to his dragon Arax. It also seems like during this scene, Aemond winds up revealing his sapphire eye to Lucerys, like, haha, remember that time when we were kids? Rhaenyra's supporters say their cause holds a power that hasn't been seen since the days of old Valyria. That's because Team Black possess way more dragons currently at the beginning of the dance. And it's also meant to foreshadow the big reveal of Vermithor. Literal and metaphorical big reveal of Vermithor. So Vermithor was Jaehaerys' dragon before this. He hasn't had a rider since Jaehaerys died, but he's meant to be the biggest, oldest dragon after Vhagar. Not quite as big as Vhagar, but still really, really big. And that's basically what's happening in this scene here. Daemon going to the dragon caves on Dragonstone where Vermithor has been roosting to summon him, and he's singing a song in High Valyrian. It seems like Daemon is really enjoying what just happened. Like, yes, it's going to be crazy, but he's like, oh yes, we are going to go to war. There's going to be so much fighting. I'm going to have so much fun burning everything. There's also some parallels between what Daemon does during the beginning of the Dance of the Dragon, some of the opening battles, and what Aegon the Conqueror did during the conquest. Like I said, Daemon and Rhaenyra are both old school Targaryen, so they love doing things like Aegon the Conqueror did. That's also one of the reasons why their newest child is going to be named after Aegon's sister wife, Visenya. Vermithor's just been roosting on Dragonstone ever since Jaehaerys died many years ago, going riderless, but he's about 100 years old when the episode picks up, so he's had so many riders over the years that he's actually grown a little bit more comfortable around humans. He's still very temperamental, like all dragons. Like, they want him to seem really scary when Daemon goes to summon him, like, oh, by the way, we're gonna need your help. But it's really the younger dragons that you need to watch out for that tend to be more aggressive towards all people. The final scene of the dragons all leaving Dragonstone are either all the kids just leaving to treat with all the different lords that they decide they're going to try and get support from during the Dance of the Dragons. This red one might be Meleys and Rhaenys though, because it's a little bit bigger, but the smaller ones are probably Jacaerys and Lucerys on Vermax and Arax. For those of you wondering how they're going to end the season, like they already had a really crazy moment with Rhaenys and Meleys inside the dragon pit. My early prediction is that Aemon will wind up killing Lucerys in revenge. Like, there's no way Lucerys could win against Aemon and Vhagar. And Aemon is vicious. Like, you saw him in the previous episodes doing all that battle training. Clearly Lucerys is outmatched by him. And what they might do is just have Lucerys' death be the huge WTF blow to Rhaenyra at the end of the season, and then they go for their revenge either at the beginning of season 2, or if they really, really want to blow through the plot in episode 10, they might also have them get their revenge during episode 10. But like, you have this whole idea that there are several big battles that happen during the Dance of the Dragon, so lots of big battles coming in season 2, and usually what happens is that Team Black does something, then Team Green retaliates, or vice versa. And speaking of Mysaria, a lot of you guys asking, at the end of episode 9, there was a random burning building at the end of the episode with a hooded figure just walking away after putting it to the torch. I think the idea is that was meant to be Mysaria's house being put to the torch by Larys' Strong's men, who told Otto Hightower, you could benefit from my help, because he was trying to get himself put on the Small Council and made the official Master of Whispers on the Green Council. And him torching Mysaria's house would make sense if he's trying to take control of this spy network inside the Red Keep, which currently Mysaria controls. Previously, Mysaria said that she would support Otto Hightower when they were meeting, but the retaliation against her, the burning of her house, would be a reason why she would turn against them and support Daemon and the Blacks. But if you spotted any other Easter eggs or references in the trailer footage that I didn't talk about in the video, just write them below in the comments. And my full episode 10 video will post next week after they release it, but I do have a couple big bonus videos planned this week too, and after the finale, I will start doing more season 2 videos. Everyone click here for my full episode 9 video, and click here for all my other House of the Dragon videos. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Welcome back everyone, it's Charlie. This will be my new House of the Dragon video for Aegon's Conquest. You probably heard the news they announced they do have plans to do a show based on Aegon's Conquest and other moments in the Targaryens' history. So I'll explain how that's going to work and how they're going to do it through the House of the Dragon show. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. Of course, I'll be doing videos for all this. We'll probably be doing House of the Dragon and other Game of Thrones spin-offs and prequels till we're like 100 years old. It'll be fantastic. I can't wait to talk about House of the Dragon, A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones when I'm 100 years old. During the current episodes on House of the Dragon, they've actually recontextualized a lot of the lore around Aegon's conquest, why it happened, what he did during the conquest, and how that connects with what was happening during the events of Game of Thrones later in the timeline. One of the reasons why it seems like they're retconning things is because George R. Martin, who helped them develop House of the Dragon, like he's helping them write episodes, said that most of the Fire and Blood book that we're actually adapting for the events of House of the Dragon was written by maesters of the third parties who just weren't privy to all the information. In the way that Viserys explained it to Rhaenyra, it was a secret that was passed down from king to successor, and eventually it was lost. So that's why during the events of the main series, the only way that the characters start learning about it is through these ancient texts that were thought lost inside the Citadel.
From my blood come the prince that was promised, and his will be the song ice and fire.
It also sounds like that's how Rhaegar learned about the prophecy later too, before he died, is that he found it by combing through the Citadel. So quick history, the Aegon who conquered the Seven Kingdoms was first of his name, Aegon Targaryen. He had a couple main nicknames that the realm later gave him, the Conqueror for obvious reasons, and the Dragon. So anytime on the show or during the events of Game of Thrones, when you hear people refer to themselves or to other Targaryens as the Dragon, like, oh, you seem like the dragon today, they're likening them to Aegon the Conqueror. The way that later members of their family and the realm viewed him is sort of like a superstar. So as you'd expect, over like the 300 plus years after his conquest in their history ruling over Westeros up to the events of the main show, ending with Jon Snow, many members of their family were named Aegon. For instance, on the show right now, we have Aegon II. They call him second of his name. If Jon Snow had actually sat on the Iron Throne, he would have been called Aegon VI. Aegon V is actually the younger brother of Maester Aemon. And here's where we start with the conquest. There's like some important backstory. Aegon the Conqueror was born on Dragonstone many years after the Targaryens had fled ancient Valyria and the Doom had happened. They had taken 5 dragons with them when they sailed for Dragonstone, but only 3 survived to the time of Aegon. Balerion the Black Dread, who's already died before the events of House of the Dragon, and the 2 dragons that his sisters eventually rode, Vhagar, who we just saw on the show, ridden by Laena Velaryon, and Meraxes, who was ridden by his other sister, Rhaenys. On House of the Dragon, Princess Rhaenys, the queen who never was, is named after Aegon's sister Rhaenys. During House of the Dragon, we've recently learned from Viserys that Aegon was born with the ability to dragon dream just like he was, and now we've learned that Helaena Targaryen has, his daughter with Alicent.
The last ring has no legs at all.
You will have a dragon one day.
You'll have to close an eye.
Those are dragon dreams that she's reciting there about 2 different members of their family. The one where she says the last ring will have no legs is about Aegon II. I don't want to explain exactly what it means because it's kind of a spoiler, and I think that they're going to pay it off in a future season. The other one's about Aemon Targaryen, and when she says he'll have to close an eye, that's all about him claiming a dragon. Like, he'll claim a dragon, but he has to close an eye to do it, and they're going to pay that off in episode 7, I believe. So I don't want to talk too much about that because it's kind of a spoiler right now. Dragon dreams are basically the gift of prophecy, visions of the future that are specific to the Targaryen family or people of Valyrian descent. Daenerys Targaryen also has a version of dragon dreams on the main show in the House of the Undying, seeing visions of her future, but not totally understanding what they mean at the time. And even though people mostly think about the conquest when they think about Aegon, that wasn't the first war that he actually fought in. On the House of the Dragon show recently in this past episode, they actually referenced the Century of Blood, and that was about the 100 years after the Doom of Valyria, where everyone in Essos was fighting over the territory that was left in the wake of the Doom. Aegon the Conqueror used Balerion the Black Dread to aid Pentos, Lys, some of these other cities in the east over here, which is what the prince from the east here was talking to Daemon about. Your ancestor Aegon the Conqueror aided us in the Century of Blood. Won't you do it again now in present day? So that took place way before the actual War of Conquest. But at some point when this was happening, Aegon Targaryen eventually had the dragon dream about the Long Night and someone from his bloodline eventually stopping it. He called it A Song of Ice and Fire, which is the title of George R. R. Martin's main novel series. And he had the prophecy etched on the Valyrian dagger, which he had come into possession of, using Valyrian pyromancers. They're kind of like the ancient version of the Pyromancers Guild in present day. They're the ones who eventually will create wildfire. I think the idea is that the Valyrian pyromancers eventually morphed into the Pyromancers Guild, and at some point they just lost a lot of the knowledge of ancient Valyria, or it wasn't passed on, or it was destroyed during some big conflict. We've learned over time that a lot of prophecies, a lot of things wind up getting lost in rebellions and insurrections. Viserys also says that they don't have records of where the Valyrian dagger came from before Aegon came into possession of it. He probably got it from his father before him, but he does confirm that it came from ancient Valyria before that. It sounds like what eventually happened is that after he etched the prophecy on it, when he would tell the prophecy to each new successor, and the successor after that, they would pass the dagger along to each new king. And I think that's why Viserys walks around everywhere with the dagger on his belt. So we're still many years before the actual conquest. When Aegon actually had the dragon dream, Westeros at that point was full of many petty kings, each ruling over their 7 different kingdoms, each warring with each other on the regular. And Aegon knew that unless they all united under a single banner, the realm would never be able to stop the Long Night, so he decided the only way to achieve that would be if he conquered the 7 kingdoms and essentially forced them to work together. But remember, he had no idea when the Long Night would actually come, and none of his successors did either. Each one thought that it could happen at any moment. So in addition to all the infighting in the realm that would happen across the many years, across the many Targaryen kings, you have to imagine that each one that knew about the prophecy was low-grade paranoid about that in the background. On the House of the Dragon show, in the trailers, we've seen the upgraded depiction of the famous map table. It's the same map table that Daenerys uses later in Game of Thrones. They just kind of reskinned it and made it look a little bit cooler during House of the Dragon, but it's meant to be the exact same one. Aegon is the one who created that table, and he had it done before he had the dragon dream. So when he was younger, dealing with all the problems in the Century of Blood, he had taken his dragon Balerion the Black Dread, also flying all over Westeros, so he'd spent a lot of time visiting the main realms. It was during this period that he had the map table commissioned. The actual War of Conquest took about 2 years, and then a little bit of time after that before he was actually crowned king of the Six Kingdoms in Dorne. I'll talk about that in a second too. Technically, he did not conquer Dorne. But after his conquest, they changed the way the calendar works, and they would refer to dates before the conquest as BC and after conquest as AC. When he completed the conquest, he was crowned king by the High Septon of that day. His crown was made of Valyrian steel. It still exists during the events of House of the Dragon, like the episodes we're watching. They'll bring it back eventually, because it does play a role in the episodes that are coming up. Everyone's always talking about the Iron Throne. That was made from the melted swords of all the people during the War of Conquest who refused to bend the knee. He would take his and his sister's dragons around to each of the 7 kingdoms in the different realms and demand that they bend the knee. It's not clear if he revealed the prophecy of the Long Night to each of the 7 different realms when he was trying to conquer them. It sounds like he did not, though. Like the way that Viserys talks about it, it was meant to be a secret that only each new successor learned about. And when Aegon literally started the War of Conquest by flying his dragons, sailing his troops from Dragonstone to the mainland, the place where he made landfall is at King's Landing, but at the time, the area didn't have a name. They just called it Aegon Fort because Aegon turned the area into a small town for his forces and built a small wooden fort there. Later, when he finished the war and was crowned king, they moved the capital to this area in Aegon Fort and renamed it King's Landing. Before that, previously for many, many thousands of years, back to the time of the First Men, Old Town had always been the biggest port town, so that was always viewed as sort of like the unofficial capital of Westeros. The Red Keep that's become so famous, the actual city of King's Landing as you see it today, like the larger city, didn't get built till many, many years later. Like Maegor built the Red Keep, so for most of Aegon's life, he ruled from that smaller fort that they tore down to build the Red Keep. The most famous battles during the War of Conquest were the burning of Harrenhal, the conquest of the Stormlands, the conquest of the Westerlands and the Reach, and the invasion of Dorne. There were only a couple of realms that actually bent the knee. One of his first engagements was the actual burning of Harrenhal. So Harrenhal ruled over the Riverlands, this area here at the time, and it took about 40 years to build the castle of Harrenhal. It's literally the largest castle in all of Westeros, way bigger than the Red Keep. What wound up happening is that the day that the castle was completed was also the day that Aegon made landfall. And when Harrenhal refused to bend the knee, Aegon took Balerion the Black Dread, melted the castle, so that's why they call it the burning of Harrenhal, and forever after, people said that there was a curse on Harrenhal. Because each new lord that would take possession of the castle and these lands would meet some untimely fate, like they would die some mysterious but gruesome death. The latest being Harwin Strong and his father Lionel Strong, and that same curse continues to the events of the Game of Thrones series later in the timeline. During the conquest of the Stormlands, that actually led to the creation of House Baratheon. Orys Baratheon, the first member of their house, was actually Aegon's bastard brother by his father, so they were actually good friends growing up. And after they conquered the Stormlands, he gave them to Orys Baratheon and basically named him Lord Baratheon. Many years later into the events of the main series, the Baratheons eventually intermarried with the Targaryens back and forth across the years. So for instance, Robert Baratheon had Targaryen blood in his veins through his grandmother, who herself was a legitimate full Targaryen. So he actually had a small claim to the Iron Throne after Robert's Rebellion, which is why the realm were so quick to support his claim to the Iron Throne. Like, oh, well, you're part Targaryen, so you kind of belong on the Iron Throne. He would have been like Rhaegar's cousin. One of the major battles against the Lannisters of that day was called the Field of Fire. They did a version of that during Game of Thrones Season 7, where you see Daenerys basically roast Jaime Lannister's loot train. There wasn't an actual battle. Aegon basically just took Balerion the Black Dread and burned a giant portion of their army, and then they bent the knee after that. The invasion of Dorne is important because during Aegon's conquest, it was unsuccessful. He did not conquer Dorne. It wasn't until like way later in the timeline, even during the events of House of the Dragon right now that we're watching, Dorne has not been conquered yet. So it's still the Six Kingdoms in Dorne during House of the Dragon. A few of the realms that actually did bend the knee and didn't require any real fighting at the time were Torrhen Stark, King of the North at the time, and Shara Aren, ruler of the Vale at the time. And it's important to note that after the actual War of Conquest and after Aegon was crowned, that wasn't the last war or battle that he fought in the Seven Kingdoms. The Maesters recorded that he and his sisters Visenya and Rhaenys spent most of the rest of their lives on their dragons or going around the slow way, putting down small rebellions and dealing with each of the 7 different kingdoms. So it wasn't like he conquered Westeros and then it was all quiet in the realm for hundreds of years later. After Aegon died, he would have passed the prophecy of A Song of Ice and Fire to his son Aenys, who then ruled and was viewed by most as a weak king. The realm weren't huge fans of his. Because knowledge of the prophecy was passed down from Jaehaerys to Viserys, I'm also assuming that Maegor probably knew the prophecy too, because there was a lot of infighting in the Battle of Succession that took place when Aenys and Maegor were alive. So there were probably a couple of members in their family that knew the prophecy at that time. And then obviously we covered the events of House of the Dragon. The way the showrunner explained their plan for covering Aegon's conquest, the Blackfyre Rebellions, tales of Dunk and Egg, other major events in their family's history from Fire and Blood, is that they treat the show like an anthology. So like they have 3 to 4 seasons planned for the Dance of the Dragons, and after that it'd be like season 5 for instance. They would do season 5 and it'd be Aegon's conquest, and it'd be a completely new cast in a new time period. They cover Aegon's conquest for a couple seasons, and then they do the same thing by jumping to a different time period covering a different event. So for instance, there might be like 10 to 12 seasons of House of the Dragon, but it'll cover several different eras with different casts along the way. So for instance, when they get to Robert's Rebellion, they would just call it House of the Dragon, Rebellion, or something like that. Let me know in the comments, which time period do you want them to cover after they're done with the events of the Dance of the Dragons in a couple seasons? My full House of the Dragon episode 7 video will post next on Sunday after they release it. Be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss that. Everyone click here for my House of the Dragon episode 7 video. I'll update the link as soon as I post that, and click here for all my other House of the Dragon videos. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Ready game. Those are fun. I love his stuff, man. Emergency Awesome is amazing. He does some really good stuff. And he doesn't just do House of Dragons. He's done Andor, Obi-Wan series, pretty much everything. All the Game of Thrones, original Game of Thrones stuff, he did. He's been around for a while. All right. Excusez-moi. Excusez. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nice. Hola. What happened? Nice. Oh, I did the thing. I hate when I do that. Forget to join in on Discord. I do that so much. Yeah. Oh, changed his name. Cool. Master King 446 invited me to their group. Oh, big stretch. Let's go. All right, let's go. frozen time. Load up with some random. Chat, we have until the 20th. And then we get to play Modern Warfare 2 campaign. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It can't, like, Thursday can't get here fast. Still a couple days. No. Nice ping. Orca. Go, man. Flipping blind? Flipping blind, brother? Heard him quicker. I didn't hear him till the last second. Show me kill cam, please. All right. Getting out of here. Getting out of here. Hey, I'm down. I'm down.
Hostile dropping into the area. Your mom likes DP. Oh, God.
Oof. Well, these lobbies are not the funnest right now. Tell you what. Hop on now and play Overwatch with me. Be the great start. I've been noticing that like Mondays and Tuesdays are like really bad days to play. Saturdays are actually really good. I think the player base is up. So it's like weekend time, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Vibe. And Sundays are like eh. That's why I haven't even played on Sunday. I was sad I couldn't hit that 11 o'clock late night with you. I don't know what it is. Well, since I'm like on this schedule, mostly because of my dogs. Like I wake up at like 5 in the morning. So usually like around like 8 or 9, I am just zonked. I am beat. Barely. Like we get done watching Game of Thrones, House of Dragons around on Sundays at 8 o'clock every Sunday. Well, this coming Sunday is actually the last Sunday. It gets done around 9:20 sometimes, and right after that, I'm already laid in bed and I'm just usually knock out. Usually to bed by 10. Occasionally I'll stay up until like 10:30, 11, but like I'm like my eyes are barely open. It's usually only because I'm either watching something really good or I don't even know. Yes, I'd like. Okay, I gotta reset because we're in a bad server. No, I'm not tired right now. I'm wide awake. Wide awake now. Talking about this past Sunday. Me and Orca were supposed to play like around 11, but I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. Too much of a baby. I wake up too early in the morning. I'd have to take a nap in the middle of the day. Something. I think. Yeah, it's hard, man. You know, Kimmers, you know. I mean, Orca knows too because he has kids as well. Having kids and stuff, it dictates your schedule. It really does. You gotta move around, kind of what they're doing, because eventually you're gonna have to sit and watch them. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You just get put in that situation, no matter what you do, no matter how far you run away from it. Yeah, 6 a.m. Yep, I swear, same. I'm like either 5 or 6. Yeah, that's basically it. You can never escape, never. You never can escape it. And for some reason, my kids are at that age too, or they don't want to sleep in yet. You know, they don't want to sleep in. They want to get up and party. They want to get going. They want to. You're like, come on, Dad, let's go. You know, let's party. Yeah, wake up. Yep, I'm sorry. I swear. I swear. Body's like, you got to. You gotta go. That's usually why I wake up around like 5. I try to wake up because they actually do. They literally wake up like around 6:15, like almost on the dot. So I try to wake up at 5, so I have like an hour kind of to myself for a minute. Got them duties, you know what I'm saying? Got them Call of Duties. That's why it's like the best time to play right now because all the kids are in. My lady's over at work. My Adeline's with my wonderful mother, and we get to make content and try to follow this dream that I want to accomplish so badly. Yeah, not. Yeah, I love my family. Thanks to them, I get to do what I get to do right now. All because they believe in me, you know? I love them. I ain't gonna lie, it took me a while. It took me around 3 years to convince them. Like, uh, there's still always questions, you know? But I feel like that's a part of anything, you know? It's that love, it's that passion. They see it, you know? I just show them. They can see it in the TikToks, they can see it when I talk to them about it. When I talk about streaming, it's like I perk up and I can talk about it for hours, you know? Just fun. Oh yeah, Kimmers. Ever need help with TikToks? Let me know, and I will gladly help you clip up some stuff. If you ever need help. Trying to freelance myself out a little bit. Because I'm really loving the creative part of making a TikTok. I've actually fallen in love with it. Yeah, I've been noticing their algorithm a little bit. My views have been going up just because I've been noticing like because remember I used to just post like regular videos like space. Yeah, it took me a while. I had to watch a lot of YouTube. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna cap it all. Like I got on YouTube and I just started watching how to make Call of Duty TikToks, and then I was like, then I started watching like how to make like popular TikToks, and I still have a lot to learn. I do, but I feel like I'm progressing way better than what it used to be. Just plain old like 3 minute long TikToks that were like, I mean, they were good. It was great gameplay. It was just like not cut up. No dialogue. No funny memes. No nothing. I don't think every TikTok should be filled up with memes, but I do like adding them. Like my newest one I posted, I didn't fill it up with too much. I felt like it had a lot going on already in the clip. And it was really long for some reason. I could not like get it any shorter than 50 seconds. I was trying so hard. I appreciate it. I gotta give it a shout out to all the people I follow on TikTok too that taught me all that stuff. Because I just go through TikTok and I watch other Call of Duty creators and like how like what are the people, what hashtags are they using, and most of all like what are they doing in their videos to get the 50,000 to a million views, you know? Yeah. I'm gonna try the armor out. No. Oh, that guy's using the type. Wait, do you not use your PC to stream? You not use Streamlabs?
My niece has a bathroom.
I gotta pay to use the bathroom.
Use OBS. Use Streamlabs. They got this really cool feature in it. You can put something on your like keyboard, or if you have like a Stream Deck or something as a hotkey, and you can press that hotkey and it records 2 minutes and 30 seconds of like what happened before the time you hit the key. And it's so nice. I don't know if you noticed, but like sometimes like I kind of like go up and like I press something. That's what I'm doing, is I'm pressing my hotkey to clip for TikTok. It's so good though. It's so good though. There's also other software you can download that records your gameplay, like passively records it, so it's not truly recording it until you hit a button for it to record like clips and stuff. Really handy. Oh, I gotcha. Well, hey, it could be that you have the wrong settings though. What kind of like Intel processor, AMD processor do you have? And what's your graphics card? That would help me, like, better help you. I'm over here setting up Streamlabs and stuff. Which is way nicer anyways. Enjoy this. Oh, you had to take the picture. Yeah, I want to know. I could probably help you out. Oh, you have a 3060. Oh, you should be fine then. I have a 2070, and a 3060 is like actually like equivalent to like a actually better than mine. It's still like it's like a 2070 Super to like a 2080 like regular. Those are really good graphics cards. I'm so disoriented right now. I'm about to like load the rebirth. This map was sucking yesterday too. Like, really sweaty. And also, what's your RAM? You at least have 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's really important, actually. Damn, guy's on it. Like, wonky. I play Overwatch. I kind of want to try that Overwatch. I'm dying to play that Overwatch, actually. Above us somewhere. No, he's not. Start going off on these guys. I thought I kept shooting.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. Victory is within reach. Squad mates are all KO. Keep fighting until they redeploy. Enemy UAV active. Enemy UAV active. Enemy advanced UAV
So blind.
Watch your six. Resurgence will be gone soon. Squad members. Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal.
straight up.
To lose. Yep.
Yeah. No.
Okay then. So that was a clip for Tiki Talk. Speaking of TikTok, yeah. Press the button and hey, you'll see it on TikTok later. So I had so much fun playing this one. Hey, GG's guys. GG's. It was a low kill game too. Let's go. I made my day. Oh, it's funny.
Yuk, jangan langsung balik ramai.
Zeroed out ammo. I was going crazy with that pistol.
Otra vez. Cállate.
Okay, this went from being like a super body lobby to being like really weird, really quick.
Squad member is redeploying. One of your allies is back in the game. Enemy UAV active. Gas is right on your tail. Enemy soldier nearby.
Oh, they're so bad. Like, what? Am I playing again? hit it. Well, actually, I'm just gonna back out because they're just gonna camp our loot. No fun. I should have won that. There's no reason why. He just like got like a bounce somehow. I got caught in his body. He didn't. He bounced off of me somehow. Even though I'm the one that had the momentum. He was just standing there. It doesn't make any sense. The physics doesn't make sense. It's okay. Loading up. Oh. Yo.
Oh, my mic is muted. Hello.
Mic muted.
Yeah.
What's up?
Nothing much. It was so weird because yesterday this big streamer came into my chat and she was all like, "Can you teach me how to play Minecraft?" And I was like, "The fuck?" I didn't know if it was like a troll or like an actual like person, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Do you not know how to play Minecraft? Minecraft is like one of the easiest games to play."
What are they talking about?
like-
Like survival Minecraft, I guess.
Yeah, because I
Gotcha.
guess like she only plays like creative. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, no, I hate creative lobbies. Like I can't do creative." Like
Only
and
if you're
she was
like
like,
building a
"What?"
castle.
No, like even if I was to build a castle, like I would grind everything and then build it that way. Because I just
I love
do
that.
not like creative, yeah. Like my cave side village, it took me like over a fucking month just to complete.
And I bet that felt great to say that
It
you
did.
built it like that. That's cool.
Y'all.
Yeah.
I was like, you know how many fucking hours I put in this shit, you fucking losers.
Let's see. We'll have to mute it this morning. I'm just kidding.
Right, for real.
So you said. So what was their like? How many followers do they have?
She had like, I guess like 170,000 followers.
Just 70,000.
No, 270,000 followers.
200. Okay, well, that's a big streamer.
Yeah, I was like, I have never heard of you before. And she's like, yeah, it's okay. I like popping into smaller streamers
Get your
thing
hook
because like,
and
yeah.
hook on and go for the ride.
I was like, well, yeah. She was like, yeah, so if you want, like, you could teach me how to play. And I was just like, in order for us to play together, I'm gonna have to give you my IP address, and I don't feel comfortable with giving you my IP address yet. I don't know you, my boy. I don't know you, my boy. Who are you?
I wonder how many viewers they get when they
California,
stream.
8:30. We stay there.
Yeah, I don't know. The last stream that she had,
Female
she had like 1,200
certain point when nigga don't wanna go through
viewers.
all
It was like
that.
1.2 viewers, and then the one previous to that was like 900 something. And I was just like, she must be like
Shit. Dumbass shit.
she must be like a variety streamer because like only variety
Yeah,
streamers
so
with that
nigga be up
much
and gone for hell and shit.
followers.
Yeah.
You know, like so. I was like, I don't know if you want to play Minecraft because Minecraft isn't like one of the main games to stream type of thing.
I agree.
That was the case that I would.
It's like one of those games to like play here and there. Or something.
All of my birth, What's up? Even if you did cook them, I made enough for you and but the bitch came in your house while she was gone, but her cook was being told and do some shit like that. They're gonna be thinking when they say shit, but they just say the first one that come out of their mind.
I don't understand anything this guy is saying. Do you?
I haven't been listening.
First shit pop up to their mind, they say.
I'm being a nosy Nia.
I saw basically got into my being yesterday.
It does.
She called me this morning.
It sounds like he's talking in a different language.
What do you want, bro?
Right?
But he's talking English. Now that I'm listening.
Get my baby.
Right now he sounds like he's talking in Spanish.
I know. I thought that shit too. I was like, oh.
It's crazy. Oh my god.
People are crazy. They're crazy in here.
Shoot these both of them motherfuckers, man. Shit is raw there.
We're good. We are.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah, I got fucking deleted. I can't play it.
These guys are holy schmoly. Go back to Saturday lobby.
Oh my god, dude. Seriously?
Super sweaty.
Oh my god, these guys are way too long for no reason.
My body. DT beer. He has his load out. I'm just... About to shit on one dude. Yeah. Hey, hello there.
Oh my goodness!
I'm willing to try Apex.
Yeah, please. I'm 100% down for the pecs of the A.
The pecs of the A. That was actually really nice. Yeah. What are we playing right now?
Oh, fucking
People on TikTok are like, "You're just in bot lobbies." I'm like, "This is not a bot
no,
lobby."
the fuck you're not.
It's like I'm not only in bot lobbies. I do
I wish
get
I
good
was only in
lobbies.
bot
I do.
lobbies.
Not all the time though. Sadly.
Seriously.
These lobbies are competitive.
I'm over here getting shot on. Right now, upstairs.
Teammates are right here. Right here.
Come on, baby girl, Pete. I just want to talk to you about your car extended warranty. Oh, there's two dudes. That's it? Oh, okay, just kidding. There's like
Merda.
no, he's so fucking sweaty.
Oh, I ran out of ammo. They have their loadout. I don't know.
Oh, me fucking too, bro. Me fucking too.
Like everyone has their loadout except for us.
And then there's our teammates holding hands and running. Scared of one guy.
Are they? And they're tiptoeing.
Yeah, they're like crouching. Crouching? I don't know what they're doing, honestly. Really fucking weird, if you ask me. Oh my god, I got the wrong loadout.
No!
Not like this. Not like this.
Positive ID on the bounty target. Let's make this quick.
Might need to grab a sniper.
The snip, snip. The snip, the snip, the snip.
Gonna have to snip them.
See, right here.
I'm coming in.
Oh, these guys. Looking weird, okay. Looking weird. How does he know? I didn't even shoot at him. That was fucking weird.
I can't shoot through it.
Wow, our teammate. Okay. I'm not gonna fucking run you if you come back, bitch. Or if you go down. He straight, the purple guy, straight looked at me, teabagged me, and then ran the other way. Like, who does that, bro?
Yeah, all their own people. 5,000 damage, 5 kills.
Are you fucking serious right
I'm
now?
gonna die if we win this. I have a feeling we're gonna win.
Ah, I gotta hate Warzone.
There.
Allied UAV overhead. Hunt them down. Enemy in sight.
This is so weird. They literally walked up with no audio. I couldn't hear them. Just bolted on the other side.
Oh my god.
Jeez. Maybe one more in fortune. See if we can get.
Ah, yes, please. We're getting fucking slaughtered. Fucking be fed to the demons. I am getting wrecked. Oh, it's so fun. Wow, tomorrow's already Wednesday. Little snippy. Winnering.
Holy schmoly, it's cold outside.
Go.
I know, it's colorful over there.
Be a little late to the party.
Oh no, no.
Could be guys here somewhere.
I think they're under. Yep, I got one. Another one here. Huh? Oh, you suck. Fuck you.
Oh, he was funny. He just had his foot out. He was doing one.
How the fuck do you get over there?
Don't go back, go back, go back.
Oh my god, there's two. I heard you last second, my guy. What? Where was your comms before I went down there, bruh? Like, hello? Rejection hotline, is that you? Hi, good morning.
Have hardline, give it to me. Oh my god, whatever. Make a difference. No, I grabbed the wrong loadout. I really did, no.
senses sharp. An enemy team is tracking your location.
Frozen. He hit every shot.
I'm in danger.
Yeah.
I'm in danger for sure. Oh my goodness. You know?
In danger.
Oh no. Damn, little snipe, why you running like that, bro?
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the sky. Enemies right on your tail.
Waypoint, never mind. Disregard.
How do they all know I'm over here? I'm so confused. I got server disconnected. Ooh.
What?
Yeah, I got disconnected from everything. Just kicked me.
Wow.
Banned. We're dropping 5 kills again. Can't wait for us to get a new modem. Getting a new modem. That should solve our disconnect.
When are they bringing you a new modem?
Hopefully later this week.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was talking to Nate about it. They actually came up with it, and I wasn't even thinking about it. The modem would probably be out of date. He said the biggest indicator was like if it says 5G and 2G. If it doesn't say that, that means it might be out of date. And it doesn't say that. It only says, it doesn't even say anything. It just says Netgear.
Yeah, because mine says 5G. I
Yeah.
don't know whose internet service you're with, but
Mom was telling me before we got there, it was saying both. And then, like, she said it was like a month before we got there. It, like, stopped doing that. And I was like, maybe that's when it, like, expired or something. Like that modem. I don't know. That's weird, though. Figured it would just be alright. I don't know. I was playing Star Wars yesterday and it happened, and I was like, okay.
wait, what the fuck? Hold on.
Yeah, I was playing because Star Wars it's like Lost Ark, like that type of. So it's online the whole time, even if you're playing PvE. You poppy. Or as Girth says, papaya. Chew papaya.
Yeah. Papaya. Definitely. We should. Stop. You're good. Just play your life. Stop it. Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
I love that.
Oh my god, dude, you're using your stems way too fast. You tired? You not tired? Hey, you? Hey, my fair baby. You my fair baby? Are you sure? Are you home? Kasi siya tambay ko mako. Nasa dami ba ko siya? You go kuma? I'm gonna sit down on the couch. Huh? Hey, girls, get here. Oh, damn, we got a puppy FPS. Don't you know I'm the real puppy?
Says time to train a bit. We'll be deploying soon. dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
You know what sounds hella good right now? Chili dog. That sounds fucking fire. Oh my god.
Resurgence. Mark a drop point for your team. We'll lead them in. Gas is closing on your position. Suggest you start running. Survive. To redeploy fallen teammates. Earn points to return the sun.
Oh my god.
And the AO. Redeploying. Enemy UAV active. Hostile dropping into the area. Clear sky. Enemy UAV active.
I'm getting let out.
Squad member is redeploying. Enemy UAV active. Enemy UAV active. Hostile dropping into the area. Squad member is redeploying. Enemy UAV active. Enemy UAV active.
Oh fuck!
Okay, we're inside. Cancel move.
One of your allies is back in the game.
Oh my god, I made it back.
Yeah, I read you a few times.
Appreciate it. Wait. Oh, I got disconnected. What?
What?
Oh no, that
I
means it
did
kicked
too.
you out too. No.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
kicked.
shit. I must have been disconnecting as I like came back or something because I went to go move and I couldn't move or do anything.
Fuck.
Sorry. Sorry.
Why would you ever do that?
Followed you.
Fucking some people, bruh. My god. The nerve on this guy.
Guys, first official real game. We got this.
I can't believe that you let me down like that. oh my god, like some people are just so like inconsiderate.
Inconsiderate.
Like seriously, do you only think about yourself? Hello? Like, oh my god, I res you and everything. Like, I used the ATV to pick you up. Like, oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I have to see what
Oh no, I didn't. I just res you.
Oh,
I was like,
I was like, I gotta see this.
imagine if I did though, that'd be fucking dope.
Like it's just like a hero moment.
Yeah, but you were the main reason why like we kept coming back though, because they didn't know that you were down there.
Oh, nice. The respawn beacon. I'm like one of those jammers. No one can find me.
Right, for real.
What do you think of the new episode of House of Dragons?
Oh my god.
So good.
Seriously, I was
So
like, it
flipping
took
good.
them so many episodes to finally fucking get gooder.
I wish they would have started with that episode.
Right?
That would have
Oh
been a
my
perfect
God.
episode to start with, I think.
Oh my god.
Now we have to wait a year. I mean, we have one more episode, of course, but
I know. It's
Got-
so whack.
yeah, basically got the gist of what's gonna happen, though. You know?
Yeah. I just thought it was weird because she married her uncle.
Oh, Damon.
Okay.
I knew they were
Yeah.
gonna do that.
I was like, oh, they're gonna fuck? They're gonna
Yep.
fuck? They're not gonna fuck. They're not gonna fuck. And I
And
was
they
like,
did it. Finally.
I was like, oh, they're back? They're back together? They're back? It's so dumb though. Like, they should have just kept Rhaenyra as, like, the main Rhaenyra.
Oh, 100%.
Like, why would you bring in the older Rhaenyra that looks older than fucking Daemon? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I agree.
like, she looks like she's been aging for like 30 years.
Yeah, she looks like she's like 35, 40 or something.
Seriously, if you're gonna change her, at least change Daemon too. Like, bruh. My guy looks like her younger brother.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't change Damon. That probably would have pushed me away from the show almost. I
Yeah,
love him. I do.
seriously.
He's like a Jamie, Jon Snow type of character, and I just
Right?
love it.
I
love
know.
it.
I was getting those vibes too.
Yeah. And
I was like, he's so mysterious and like,
I fell in love with
So,
Jamie
like-
at the end of Game of Thrones. I freaking loved his
right?
character.
Oh, I fucking love Game of Thrones.
Me too.
Like before, like I didn't want to watch it just because like there were so many like rape scenes and sex scenes and all that. But now I was like, oh wait, no, that's how it was back in the day. So like I don't blame them.
Yeah. That's just
Yeah.
that's a part of that like genre too.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay. So this is what we're doing, huh? Nah, I broke this guy's ankles.
Nice.
Oh my god, you scared me. I was like, shoot. Wow,
Whole
imagine
team,
getting
whole
double
team.
team. Hello, sir? What are you doing, brethren?
Apologies.
Right behind, above. Okay, there was another one. Just kidding. Wop.
I was getting shot from like far away.
Oh my god, bro.
Here,
Not hit any of them. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta stop. If I can. Someone's coming up, I think.
One of them. He res?
Okay. I don't know.
Gas is moving.
I didn't realize he was there.
You know? How will you get down there?
Really bad. You guys are really bad down here.
Okay.
I just didn't realize he was where he was. Saw it too. I should have looked over. Just like, nah, there's no way. Be cute.
That has a fucking riot shield. Thing. Oh my god, this guy's running around with sticks!
No.
God, you fucking careful here. Get a loadout. Hmm. Hold on, wait 1 second. Oh my god, you serious? This fucking shit hit me. Huh? They're fucking still camping that spot, dude? What the fuck?
They're finally dead. Took me a minute to get to him.
My god.
Here you go.
That's so weird. Why is he just walking?
I don't know. We got an interesting lobby on this one. It's kind of body.
Is he trolling?
It's like when we have hard lobbies, we have hard lobbies. When we have bot lobbies, we got bot lobbies.
How do you walk slow like that? I want to walk slow. Something PC players can't do. I can't do that. How are you walking so slow? Are you on controller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's one. Come over here, lady. Why are you like that? Tell me right now, or die. I'm just kidding. We're fucking around, gun. Yaga, no! Not like this! Wow, his boyfriends are far. They're behind us.
Behind us, behind us.
Wow, he's big.
Right in the tunnel, right? Under the tunnel.
Under the tunnel?
Oh wait, I got decent again. I think I got decent.
You're crouching. Oh my god. Wow.
Here, I'll have to reset my whole system.
Yeah, he's coming, behind. GG's.